Hey everyone, Flora here. So I got a ton of emails from you who watched my video yesterday about clearing out space, basically clearing out the crap so that you can start to get what you want. And a lot of people were saying, well, I want to clear out this and I want to do this. And one of the things that I asked you to do yesterday was to get very, very clear on what it is that you want to do and what it is that you want to have in your life. And a lot of people were saying, well, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they feel like that they should be farther along than where they currently are. And there's all these comparisons of people that they follow and, other people in their lives and whatnot. And the thing about comparing other people's journey to your own is that it's going to keep you stuck. And it will keep you stuck for as long as you do it. So clearing out the crap so that you can get what you want. Part of clearing out the crap is clearing out the comparison bullshit stories that we have in our lives. I can't tell you how many people have come up to me and said, Flora, I want what you have. Well, I've been doing this for over 22 years. I've been coaching people and working with people since 1997. And this is something that it's taken me a long time to build. And I started as a side hustle. It wasn't something that I set out to do permanently. It was just a side hustle that I love to do. And then I decided, oh, hey, I think I want to turn this into a permanent thing. And when I decided I wanted to make it an actual business that sustained me, not just a side hustle business, then I completely restructured how I did things. And it took 2 years and 2 months of hustle, working a full-time day job and also working this job, and essentially working 2 full-time jobs, this job and then my other job, for 2 years and 2 months in order for me to be able to quit my day job. And so many people think that success can happen instantly and overnight. Well, there was a quote that I heard early on in my career is that sometimes an overnight success takes, oh shit, now I'm going to screw it up. Sometimes it takes years to become an overnight success. And that's true. If you look at these people who all of a sudden just show up out of nowhere and you dig into their past, you'll realize they've been doing it for a hot minute, And so recognize that creating a business, creating a life that you want, it takes years. It takes dedication. But the thing about this is, and I find this very intriguing and very interesting, is that when people find out that it takes time to build anything of substance, they get frustrated and give up. And I'm like, well, then you didn't want it. If you really wanted it, the time wouldn't matter because time is going to pass anyway. So why would it matter that it's going to take 6 months to build an email list that actually has people in it that love your work? Why would you get upset that it's going to take you, a year to write a book when you know that book or more? I mean, I've been working on my book, like this most recent book that I'm working on currently. I've been working on this for, the content of it for like the last 5 years. And actually, when we started to put it into a book, has been going on 2 years now. This book is my baby. I mean, this is one that oh my God. And I'm not going to release it until I feel that it goes as deep as I need it to go. And this is one of those things is that I know I have patience because I know the impact it's going to have. And this is the same thing too, is that when you think about the life that you are building, when you think about the business that you are creating, why wouldn't you want to invest time so that you can get what you want and hand pick and curate every piece of your puzzle? The lifestyle that I have, it's taken me years to create. It started with a vision. It started with that vision of what does success look like for me? How do I want to run my business? What do I want my day-to-day to look like? Like when I wake up in the morning until I go to bed at night, what do I want that to feel like? What do I want it to look like? And it took trial and error. And I'm like, ooh, you know what? This doesn't really flow for me, you know? And ooh, I like this. This is good. You know, and that also changes with the seasons. This is one of the things that I've shared with you guys before. Same thing with your business. You could offer something and realize, you know, I really don't think I want to offer this again because of whatever. Yesterday, one of the things that I talked about was that I cleared out a bunch, like literally like 95% of all my paperwork and whatnot. And part of it was kind of funny because I was like reminiscing on classes that I've done in the past, and I'm like, oh, I am never offering this one again, because it attracted people that were leeches. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but I am not about that type of energy. I'm not about that energy of someone that is so desperate for change that they leech onto everything that you say, but expect you to do the work for them, and they're not willing to do the work. And so, no, thank you. But again, that takes trial and error. And this is one of the things that I see time and time again when people come to me and we're having conversations on the phone, and the things that have worked and the things that haven't worked. And when I say, you know, building a business and creating the life that you want is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not going to happen overnight, and you wouldn't want it to happen overnight. Those people that I see that have that instant overnight success, they burn out. They usually don't have the resources or the manpower to sustain that level of instant success. And there's actually one person in particular that I'm thinking about right now. She actually had one of her blogs go viral, and she literally was just doing her business as a side hustle. And about a month or two before that is when she decided to quit her day job and do this full time. It was her and one assistant, and her blog post went viral and was actually picked up by the New York Times. And she was inundated with stuff, and she was like, holy shit, because we're part of the same mastermind group. And she ended up actually quitting her coaching practice within 6 months of it because she was absolutely burnt out, because she wasn't prepared for that level of influx of clients and customers and social media and, you know, media appearances and all these other things. And she's just like, oh my God, that's horrible. And she took about 2 years off, and now she's slowly getting back into things. And so this is one of the things, is that I know people want that instant success. They want that instant microwavable world, that everything is exactly as you want it. But how do you really know that this dream that you have in your head is really what you want? And I'm going to go back to what I talked about at the very beginning of this. Most people think that they want what everybody else has that they see on social media. What you see on social media is someone's highlight reel. It's, ooh, this looks fancy, and ooh, this looks fabulous, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, yeah, but that's their version of success. That's their version of what's going to make them happy, maybe, because a lot of people post shit on social media that they don't even freaking do. And so the key is to say, okay, so what am I liking and what am I not liking about what I see on social media? What am I liking and what am I not liking about my life? And how can I blend the two? And so if you notice that someone that you follow walks all the time, and you're like, oh my God, that looks so awesome, I would love to do that. Okay, try it. Get out and walk. Notice how that makes you feel. Notice if you like it. If someone does yoga all the time or drinks green smoothies, try it. Instead of being envious about it, or instead of comparing yourself, try it. See if you like it. You might not like it. You might be like, oh man, this tastes like shit. Then don't do it. Okay, so what works for you might not work for somebody else, and what works for somebody else might not work for you. But the key is, when you see someone that's ridiculously happy, they're doing shit that makes them happy. They're doing things that make them feel good. They're doing things that keep them in flow of their version of their life. Okay, so really, really, really take this in and say, okay, what's going to make me happy? Because you're the only one that can make you happy. You're the only one that can create and build the lifestyle and the business that you want. Now, if you're in the business of working for somebody else, okay, fine. If you hate your freaking job, go someplace else. Start looking for another damn job. But don't sit here and complain and waste your life away. I can't tell you how many people have come to me and they're like, well, yeah, you know, I only have like 7 years left at this place and then I'm going to retire and it's job security, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, that's not job security. You're getting lazy and you're assuming they're going to hold on to you for the next 7 years. But what if you get laid off next month? Or what if you get laid off next year? And they're like, well, and I'm like, why do you want to waste 7 years of your life doing a job that is sucking you dry, that is literally sucking the life force out of you? Why wouldn't you say, well, I hate this job, so let me go find a new one that's maybe more suited for me? You are in charge of your life. You are in charge of curating and creating the kind of life that you want. And if you're scared of making a change, well, take comfort in knowing that change is the only constant. It's the only thing that we can count on. But the key out of all of this is stop comparing your life to somebody else's and thinking that their life is better than yours. If you want a better life, create it. You are in charge of the life that you are living. You are in charge of how successful or unsuccessful your business or your career is by the level of effort that you put into it. Same thing with your life. If you're fat, that's because you probably haven't been working out and you're probably eating crap that you shouldn't be eating. That's it. Yes, there are people that are fat because of medical issues and whatnot. That's a whole different story. If you're broke, it's probably because you're overspending and you're not saving and you're not investing. It's probably because you have no clue about money, because you probably weren't taught about money. You probably haven't taken financial classes. So what do? Take a financial class. Like, go online and take a financial class. How do I budget money? What is money? Like, literally re-educate yourself or educate yourself for the first time about money or about how to eat healthy. Not about a diet, but how do I eat healthy? How do I feel healthy in my body? How do I move so that I can start to feel strong and flexible? How do I build a successful business? All of the things that you want, there are answers for. But keeping yourself stuck in comparison is going to help you waste your life, and it's going to help you waste away, and it's going to help you be even more bitter and more resentful and more angry of the people who are saying, fuck everybody else, I'm going to do what makes me happy, and I'm going to do what feels good. And some people might say, well, that's being very selfish. Well, you should be selfish. This is your life. Like, seriously, okay? So today, I implore you, please pull your head out of your butt, because sometimes that's what we need to do, and I've been guilty of this myself. Pull your head out of your butt and say, okay, what am I not happy with? What am I really just not happy with in my life? And what do I think that I need to do to change it? If you're overweight, stop eating so much. Start using smaller plates. Stop taking seconds. If you're in debt, stop overspending. Stop saying I deserve it and buying shit that you don't need. If your business is struggling, get a damn business coach. If you feel like crap when you're on social media, call the people that you follow. Like, stop following the people that make you feel like shit. Of course, when you're watching this, you might feel like shit because I'm giving you the smackdown, but that's okay. This is tough love time, right? And this is why y'all love me. Yay! I am the bullshit eliminator. But seriously, this is your life, and I hate to see you waste it doing shit that you hate to do and being with people that you don't like to be with, doing a job that you hate, in a body that you're uncomfortable in, with a checkbook that's in the negative, with a business that's failing. Stop. Stop the madness, stop the comparison, and get really clear about what do you really want. What do you really want? And write it down and say, do I believe that I can have this? Do I trust that I can do this? If you don't trust you can do it, okay, hire a coach. Seriously, this is something that is a no-brainer to me, simply because I've hired financial coaches before, and then I was like, you know what? I want to learn this well enough so that I can teach it to my people and so that I can be a coach. So I became a certified master financial coach. It wasn't easy because my parents didn't really teach me a whole lot about money. My dad said, save half, spend half. Yay. That was the extent of it, okay? I used to go in the hole so much. It was crazy. I mean, I'd be pissed at myself, but then I didn't do anything about it. And the key out of all of this is to get really clear with what you're done putting up with and ask yourself, what do I really want? What do I really want in my life, in my relationships, in my business, whatever it might be? What do you want? What do you want? That's it. Get really clear. Then, not just getting clear about what you want, that's the first step. The next thing is you gotta take action. If you know how to do it, then do it. If you don't know how to do it, Google that shit. Okay? That's one of the things that you know, like, I've actually got like 4 or 5 mentors at this point. But one of them that I've had for like the last 3 years, his favorite saying is, Google that shit. So seriously, you don't know how to do it, Google it. If you don't know how to do it and you Google it and you find someone who knows how to do something that you want to know how to do, hire them, read their book, take their class, hire them as a personal coach. But the key out of all of this is, if you want something worthwhile, if you want something that will truly fulfill you, you got to get off your ass and you got to do something different, okay? All right. Speaking of this, I'm currently taking personal clients. I am also enrolling in the Mastermind Mafia program. Both of these things can help you. The personal client side of things is I can help you unfuck your life. Cut and dried. If you want to build a 6-figure business, join the Mastermind Mafia. This is not for everybody, and it is by application only. So I want you to click the link below. There's actually 2 things that you can do. Link number 1 is to book a private strategy session with myself, talking about an opportunity to work with me one-on-one. I only have 2 spots, and these don't come, like open very often. The second link is to apply for the Mastermind Mafia. So link number 1 is a strategy session with myself. If you're serious about doing private coaching with me and you're willing to invest in yourself, it's not free and it's not cheap. But if you want to change your life, all right, we'll talk. Not everybody that applies, again, will get in, because I'm not working with people who are going to half-ass it, okay? You really want change and you're willing to do the work, click link number 1, we'll talk. The second link is if you want to build, grow, and scale your online coaching business to 6 figures. If you have a business and it's not thriving and you're not making 6 figures, you're doing something wrong, and there's probably missing pieces and there's probably little gaps that you have that you can just fill in. If you know that you want to coach and you haven't built your business yet, this program will show you how to build your business from the ground up. So link number 1, we'll talk about private coaching. Link number 2 is to sign up for the Mastermind Mafia. Well, actually to apply for it, because again, not everybody that applies to either of these will get in. I'm very picky about who I work with. And yeah, so that is my soapbox message for the day. I love you all, and get out there and start creating the life and the business that you freaking cannot get enough of. All right, I love you. Mwah! Bye.